Hey everyone, it's your girl Darlyncia and welcome to Creative Spotlight Unplugged with a Twist. We're live right now at Creative's Haus in Brooklyn, a collaborative event curated with my girl MiMi of Style by Me and Black Girls with Style. We built this space today for creatives, professionals, and entrepreneurs to be seen, heard, and celebrated with curated stations that help you tell your story. Plus a lineup of amazing vendors that I'm really excited about. And we got some food and drinks, okay? So this episode is going to be a little bit different. We're interviewing our guests live and featuring them in a special highlight series. So stay tuned for the full recap. But for now, let's get into these stories. So our next guest is James. So James, can you tell us who you are and what story are you telling through your brand, story, or creative passion?
So my name is James Taylor. I'm a filmmaker and a producer. Normally work on commercials and music videos and narratives as well. I have 2 narratives to my name. So for the storytelling aspect of my brand, it's more so amplifying creatives and faith, pretty much. That. Yeah. So lately I've been working more on like worship nights and like helping develop like artist visions and the faith, pretty much. Yeah.
I love that. So was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize that this path was yours to walk?
Yes. So I was very depressed in 2021 and I got into a terrible accident. I had decided not to do video no more, nothing in the creative field. And I just stuck to doing I went back into the gig industry, just like doing certain gigs to get by. And I sold my camera, everything for very cheap.
Wow.
But after the accident, I got my first big gig, which was a commercial with New Jersey Lottery. And that was
Jersey Lottery?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
And that was it. Like, it just sparked everything.
I love that for you. So with that in mind, what is something that you've done recently that made you proud, whether it was seen or not?
I mean, I would say my most recent project that I didn't grasp the opportunity. I didn't take in the full extent of the opportunity until I was done, and then I reflected back on it and I was like, that was crazy.
Which opportunity? The New Jersey Live?
No.
Oh.
So do you know about the Fanatics Fest?
No.
So it's more like Comic-Con about sports.
Okay.
And so like every athlete, celebrity was in New York for the weekend.
Nice.
And I filmed the whole weekend and didn't even grasp what was going on. The little me was probably jumping because I was able to take a picture with John Cena, who was my favorite rollout. So I was like, it was very insane and very eye-opening. Just like a vision of where my career could go to in filmmaking.
I love that for you. Well, thank you so much. And for the last thing, is there something that you could say to inspire filmmakers, aspiring filmmakers?
I would say the journey is not easy, but definitely just stick to it. It might not look like a straight path when you start, but once you start believing in what you have and believing in what God has put on your heart to create and to inspire, it will just definitely carry you through. Because there were times where I just wanted to give it all up, but
it's like it get like that. It really do.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, for sure, just stick to the task, keep on it, and it's gonna work out.
I love that. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. No, and where we can follow you, where can we find you?
My Instagram is jays_impression. And I have a YouTube business with my friend, which we do marketing. It's Rick Bars Marketing Management and Platinum Active.
The last part again?
Platinum Active.
Platinum Active and Bar...
Rick Bars.
Rick Bars.
Yes.
Okay. So definitely keep tabs on him. And thank you so much for being unplugged with us.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
So our next guest, I'm really excited about. His name is Patrick. So Patrick, tell us who you are and what story are you telling with your brand, career, or creative passion?
Yeah, that's a great question. So my name is Patrick, as she mentioned, and my brand is Think Wise, and Think Wise is a consulting company. It's all about like helping businesses and people become the best version of themselves in various different ways. So I help businesses get funding through sponsorships and partnerships. Additionally, I also help people gain like the personal development skills that they need to become the best version of themselves by helping them shift their mindset in a way that's more aligned to their authentic selves. So that's what I do.
I love that. So you do a lot.
I do a lot.
So that means that if we need some cash, we could come to you.
Yeah, you can definitely call to me.
It's a sponsorship. Okay, so with that in mind, was there like a turning point or a moment that made you realize like this is your path to walk?
100%. So for me, like everybody else in this world, I love helping people, right? And I feel like I want to help people in a way where I can use my skill sets, my business expertise, my way for like just communicating with people and helping them unlock what's already inside of them.
I love that.
For me, that's really what it's all about.
Everyone has potential.
Yeah, 100%. And like even like with like the sponsorships and partnerships, I feel like it's not so much about getting the money, but it's really about like being able to communicate what you already offer and helping people to like get their story and get their value across to like potential sponsors and partners. So I'm all about helping people reach their highest self.
I love that. I love that. Okay. And so what's something you've done recently that made you proud, whether it was seen or shared?
Yeah, great question. So, you know, in helping out businesses and helping them to get sponsors and partners, I've helped one of my clients actually achieve the most sponsorship dollars that they've ever received through the life of their organization. And it was honestly a really great feeling. And here's why. It's not so much about the money, right? Because everybody, when you're thinking about sponsors and partners, you're like, the money is like glorified. But for me, it's more about like finding win-wins, right? And for me, I don't want to do business unless it's a win-win situation for all parties involved. So what I was able to do is I was able to help my client communicate the value that they were going to offer to that particular partner and find a way where all parties involved can win. So for me, reaching that milestone is not so much about the money, but really about the impact.
I love that. I love that. Lastly, if there's one thing that you could say to like inspire or encourage someone that wants to be in your shoes, what would you share? Because everyone wants money. Everyone needs sponsorship. Everyone wants grants.
Yeah, I would say find the gift that you have that's already inside of you.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of times, like when I talk to people, they're always trying to find out like what should they do or who should they be. And I always advise people like be themselves, whether it's I'm working with people or with businesses, I'm like, focus on your actual strengths. And if you don't believe that you have any strengths, like that's where we need to focus on. And being able to frame and tell that story and that narrative in a way that's actually going to be beneficial to not just yourself and your own goals, but to the people that you want to help.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking time to just share your story. And everybody, where can we find Patrick?
So you can find me on Instagram at ThinkWise, Think WHYS. Think WHYS. It is a play on words. Everybody puts WISE. That's not that. Think Wise. And yeah, catch me on the gram.
Thank you so much. Our next guest I'm really excited about. We have Tatiana. So Tatiana, tell us who you are and what story are you telling behind your brand, career, or your creative passion?
Okay, well, first of all, thank you guys so much for having me. This is so nice. So I am a photographer, videographer, media specialist. So I do a little bit of all of those things. Anything production-based, I like to have my hands in it.
Yeah.
When I'm not doing that, I'm actually a teacher. So I'm in grad school right now, also becoming an elementary special education teacher.
Congratulations.
And anything for service seems to be my vibe. As far as my story, I started doing media, I want to say 2014, 15, but I started out as a dancer first. So when I was younger, I started dancing. I mean, like early middle school, elementary school, and it was something I always loved. And then I realized like, hey, I like being on stage, but I like being behind the scenes too. So I started venturing out a little bit, and then I looked up and it was anything involved with on the stage, off the stage, I was there. And it was something that always stuck with me.
I love that.
Always.
So you are like a multifaceted creative.
I try to be, because we live in New York, and if I have to have 55 jobs, I would prefer them to be things I like.
That you enjoy. That you
Yeah.
wake up actually enjoying.
Yeah.
So was there a turning point or moment that made you realize that this path was yours to take? And you have a few paths that you've taken. So
Oh, you know what? I realized that actually when they all started to align, because for a very long time, just being really like open about it, everybody's like, girl, what are you doing now? Like, I was always that person, because not that I get bored, I just like to try a lot of things.
Right.
But when I was able to actually start teaching photography, and then allowing my production skills to help me in the classroom, allowing my patients in the classroom to help me on production, and the way it helped with my customer service, the way it helped with my patients, the way to communicate. That was kind of one thing I felt like this year that I was kind of sitting back like, oh, I see how it all kind of clicks. So when you are teaching, you are of service. You're helping little kids. And when you kind of realize adults are kind of little kids in a way, we still need those basic things: attention, love, guidance. Like, I try to step into whatever I do media-wise, just kind of like, how can I help you? What is your goal? What is your end point? And then doing those things in between.
I really love
So that was like, thanks for asking. That was one of those things recently, and I was like, yeah, like I could do this for another 10 years.
I love that. I love that. So is there something that you would say that you've done recently that made you proud, that was seen or not seen? Just something that you're proud of that you've done recently?
Recently I've done brand shoots, but recently I did a brand shoot that I did their whole collection website.
Yeah.
Cover photos, all the above. So shout out to Casey's Closet, because that was something I didn't even get to put out yet, but they released it, and just kind of being on like a little summer hiatus was cool to just see that and enjoy the moment. And then publicly, I did just start renting. Like, one goal I always had was to have a stable place for my people to come in and shoot, and vice versa. So I did just start renting out my first like studio, to where I have
Brooklyn?
yes, this is in Greenpoint. I actually shoot under the name of it's called Light Studio. Shout out to Sophia. She is the GOAT, but she has created a place for a lot of photographers like myself to have a home, and then she does allow me to rent it out monthly, to where like I have an actual address I can tell people I shoot out of and stuff. So that's something I'm really happy. Just that stability.
Yeah. I love that. So if there's one thing, because I thought I can talk to you forever. All right.
Guys.
If there's one thing that you could say that could inspire someone else that would love to be an aspiring photographer or just wants to get into the creative world, what is that piece of gem that you would share?
Nobody in this world is like you.
Okay.
If there can be 50 brands of lip gloss, sneakers, phones, devices, then you have a unique eye and perspective in this world, and don't ever be afraid to share it. Even if you feel like you're not hitting those strides, there's somebody that's watching you that even wants to get as far as you can. So once you have the idea, whether you get it this year, you start it next month, next year, write it down, date it, and owe it to yourself to actually complete it. Like, there's so much in this world for all of us to get. So anyone that wants to start, or maybe it's just like, I started, I got discouraged for a little bit, like, the world's missing you. Please show up. Please be a part of it, and bless with your time.
I love that. And where can we find you? Where can we find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, in my studio, but on Instagram at TJ Price Productions, TJPRICE Productions. I also have a TikTok, so you can find me on Tati's Life Adventures, where you get to see a little bit of where all my chaos kind of collides. And I follow back, so.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. I'm really excited about our next guest. Who we have is Joanne. So Joanne, can you tell us who you are and what story are you telling through your brand, career, or creative passion?
All right. Hi. So nice meeting you.
Likewise.
For having me. So my name is Joanne. I'm an author. I'm a nurse. Obviously, I'm a mom. So my story. So many different layers to it.
Okay.
But I published 2 books. My first publication is entitled I Never Thought I Would Be a Statistic, in which I share how I overcome an abusive marriage. I was in an abusive situation for 5 years, and I was blessed enough to get out. So I wrote about it because I wanted to show, everybody that could potentially be in a situation like this, that there's hope, that they're able to get out. And I also have an empowerment journal in which, during the 12 months, you work on yourself, and each month there's a team associated to it, and you get to do the work for like 12 months. And yeah. And like I said, I'm an RN, so, and I also have a son, so that's me.
Your son?
I have a son.
Okay, nice. I love that. So, was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize that this is your path to walk? When you think about your book, the journal that you created.
Well, I would say that I guess everything that happened in my life kind of lead me to that path that I am right now. But all I can tell you is like since I was younger, I always helping. I always been the one in volunteering, being in the orphanage, helping, and all of this kind of stuff. So I guess that was always part of me. But I also always been like really shy. So, talking in front of a public.
So this can be a little like out your comfort zone, but you're doing it and I love it. Yeah.
Because I'm more passionate about helping than anything else. So everything that give me like an occasion to kind of like tell my story.
Right.
Do it. With a lot of breathing.
I love that. So is there something that you recently done that you're really proud of?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So I'm laughing. I was in the IT Open Magazine contest. The one that just, it's still going on.
What is it called again?
Haiti Open Magazine contest.
Oh, yeah, I've
So
heard
I
about
was in the
them.
top 100. So
Congratulations.
I ended in the top 30, but I didn't make it to the top.
That's amazing. Listen.
It's very interesting
Yeah.
for me. And yeah, that's the most.
That's cool. Congratulations. I love that. So where can we find you and where can we find your book?
Okay, so you can find me on all the socials.
Yeah.
It's my full name, Joanne M. Charisma, Facebook, Instagram. I'm new to Snapchat, so I'm like learning. And
I haven't been on Snapchat for so long.
I was left behind. I'm trying to catch up. And also on my website, it's www.joinmcharisma.com. And also you can get my book there.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So our next guest that we have, I'm also very excited about, is Fidelis. So Fidelis, tell us who you are and what story are you telling with your brand, career, or creative passions?
Wow, it's a good question. Well, my name is Fidelis. My career, I am an environmental scientist. I work for the city of New York, and I love what I do. I'm grateful for what I do. I work with a great team, and every day I'm learning something new.
Wait, city of Philadelphia?
The city of New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So was there a turning point or moment that made you realize that this is the path that you're supposed to be on?
After graduating from college, it was actually when I worked closely with my old professor. We were studying clay samples from it's called the Picacho gold mine out in Picacho, I believe it's a Native American name, but it was a gold mine out in Colorado, out west, the U.S. And it was an abandoned gold mine. And so there's a process called gold cyanidation. Essentially, it's using cyanide to extract gold. It gets the gold, but environmentally, it's ugly stuff. There have been videos of birds flying in an abandoned gold mine. They drink the water, they fly up, and they just drop.
Right.
So essentially what we're doing was looking at the clay samples to see if we could find a more environmentally friendly way to extract gold. And in the process of doing that, I realized that I enjoy environmental science, making cleaner, working with cleaner material to make things that are just kinder on the earth and kinder for us and other animals.
Is there something that you've done recently that you can say that you're proud of?
Recently, going back to school. So right now, pursuing a master's degree, 2 years in, it's been great to just learn, connect with other classmates, and continue to improve my portfolio.
I love that. And if there's one thing that you can share to people that are inspiring to go into the field of environmental science, what would you share? Or just in science in general?
Science in general, I'll say, you just gotta find a good tree and just give it a hug, I'm kidding. That was not what I was going to say.
I'm like, find a good tree.
And give it a hug. No, I'll say, yeah, we're called to be stewards, stewards of this beautiful earth that we're giving. I read a quote once, we need the earth. The earth doesn't necessarily need us, so I think it's important to I guess just be attentive and to put the best we can towards the environment, whether it's where we live, to be attentive to read up, and have conversations on clean use of material and energy.
I love that. So this guy right here, he's not mature, he's mature. And I say that because we can't find him online because he doesn't do social media. All right. He's too mature for that. So I don't know. Where else could we find you? I guess at the library or I don't know.
I go to the library sometimes. You can find me on the soccer field too.
Okay.
But I live in Queens, and that's a good place to start.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, and we really appreciate it highlighting you today.
Thank you, and it was good talking with you as well.
Likewise. All right, so for our next guest, we have Richard, aka The Rich Influence. Okay, so tell us who you are and what story are you sharing with your brand, career, or creative passion?
Yeah, so my name is Richard. I work in software sales currently today. And really, I guess I'll share a little bit about how I got into sales. So for me, I got out of college with an engineering degree in nanoscale engineering, and I had no idea what I wanted to do after that. And I got that degree because I'm Asian too as well. And my parents told me, hey, you could either be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, and I was not going to be a doctor or a lawyer. So I went to college, got the engineering degree, and afterwards really did not want to go down that career path. I ended up working with a YouTuber online. So I moved out to California I'm from New York. I moved out to California for about 18 months, helped him scale his business from 7 figures to 8 figures in 18 months. And it had a really great experience. And I started working for sales for him and helped him with his YouTube and marketing, and, things kind of went from there, and moved back to New York and started in software sales.
So that's very different from engineering to assisting. So you were doing more software engineering with the YouTuber?
No, I was doing sales and marketing. Yeah.
Okay. So when you were doing that, was there a turning point, a moment that made you realize that this was your path to take?
Yeah, I mean, I was basically his right-hand man for those 18 months. And I did a whole bunch of different roles, and I found out that role for sales was the best one for me.
I love that. Yeah. So was there something that you recently done that you can say that you're really proud of?
I was thinking about this question, and I try to be proud of myself every day. But I guess one of the things that I am really proud of is that this year in particular, I noticed that I have a really big family, and I noticed that everyone doesn't really communicate with each other. So, every month and every week, I really try to reach out to family members. Today is one of my friend's birthday. I made sure I text him happy birthday. So little things like that. I noticed that as you get older, I'm 33, you just tend not to...
33 or 23?
33.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. You tend not to, I guess, prioritize. And that's one of the things I've been trying to prioritize this year.
I love that. This is going to be my favorite question because I love this response right here, okay? So where can we find you?
What do you mean?
On social media.
So my Instagram is Rich Influence. And I'm going to be starting YouTube very soon too as well. Probably later next year, but that's going to be about owning aviation. So I'm learning aviation.
Planes?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm learning how to fly. So I try.
Okay, that's a lot. You're so multifaceted. I love that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Rich Influence. I love that Instagram name. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. You're such a natural. Look at you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so our next guest we have is Candace Rose. So Candace, tell us about who you are and what story are you telling with your brand, career, or creative passion?
So I'm Candace Rose. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm a filmmaker and content creator. So I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, and I like to infuse that into a lot of the stories that I tell, because a lot of movies that we see that are set in New York are not from a local's perspective. They're always from the glitz and the glamour, the New York that people can search up and know, and without being here and being a local and knowing what that feels like and what that looks like and the places that we go, as opposed to the places you could just search up on Google. So I like to infuse that And I like to just show like the different phases of like how Black people are in the diaspora. Just like make sure we display that in the proper light. Cause
like the untold stories.
Exactly. The untold stories. But I love a thriller. I love the drama. I love to lie.
Does this look like give us an example of what this looks like. Like a story that you would capture, like post or whatever.
So if I was to post, or I would write a story for that. Yeah. So yeah, I write screenplays, original screenplays.
I love that.
Yeah. So like, but in terms of my content, it would just be like, sometimes I'll do like a day in the life, or like, out with my friends, or like we went on a girls trip and how that went, or just like a girls night. Yeah. And stuff like that. Like, New York is known for its like culture and fashion and style. So I'll do like get ready with me's and stuff like that. Cause I love to get cute.
I love that.
I love to
Y'all
get
need
cute.
to see her bag that she came in with. Like, I'm trying to steal that for myself. So was there a turning point that made you realize that this was your path to take?
Yes, it's actually an interesting story. So I actually got kicked out of grad school. I was in no, it's fine. I'm happy now. I was miserable. I was in grad school for athletic training, so like sports medicine.
Okay.
And they wanted me to have an 80 on the test. I got a 77, and they basically said that wasn't good enough.
So they kicked you out?
I got kicked out for that.
What?
Yeah, they tied it to a class, and it made it look like on my transcript that I failed a class in grad school.
We gotta boycott that school.
Listen. But that's neither here nor there, because after that, I picked up a camera, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always been a movie junkie, but that was the real turning point. Like, okay, this feels good. This feels right. It doesn't really feel like work. I'm not like killing myself to get things done. Like, I can do it in a natural flow. And it was just, like I said, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
So was there something that you've done recently that you can say that you're proud of, that may have not been seen or shared, that no one may not know?
Yeah, so I could say two things. Probably I directed my first short film last year, and it got accepted into a film festival, so I was very proud about that. Thank you. And I would say right now I'm working on producing another one that I actually wrote. So yeah, that's something I'm.
And when can we look at, like, when would that be coming out?
So we're supposed to be shooting this in the next couple of months. So probably early next year, late this year, something, maybe sometime around my birthday if we're lucky, but we'll see.
I love
the latest is early next year that you'll start seeing stuff, seeing like, some stills, the trailer, that sort of thing. So that's the hope.
I love that. So if there's one thing that you would share to inspire someone that look up to you, or that may want to walk in your shoes, what would that thing be?
Things don't happen to you, they happen for you.
Someone else said that.
Yeah. Things don't happen to you, that they happen for you. And the person and the things that got you to where you are right now will not get you to the next level of your life. So you got to change who you are. And you got to figure out what the change is, and you got to do it to get to the next phase. So
Maya Angelou quote. I feel like Maya Angelou would quote something like that.
Yeah. I don't know who quoted it, but it stuck with me. It stuck with me. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. What got you here won't get you there. So if you still feel like you got a ways to go, you got to figure out what's missing and reverse engineer it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So where can we find you? Where can we find your projects?
So I preview a lot of my stuff on my personal Instagram at she's.golden with 3 N's. And in the link in the bio, you can find my YouTube page, and that's usually where I drop stuff. Or I at least let people know where I'm dropping stuff. So like those 2 handles will probably be your best bet. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for
I love this. Our next guest is my girl, Natalie. I'm super excited to have you here.
Yeah.
So, I know about you. So can you tell us a little bit more of who you are and what story you're telling behind your creative brand, yourself, or your career?
Yeah, so I'm Natalie. I just opened up a makeup business. So I'm going to be selling lashes, lip glosses, and lip liners. So please follow Nervos Cosmetics _ I'm 28 years old, and I'm a therapist located in Westchester, New York.
I love that. So was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize that this path was yours to take? When you think about like your role in psychology and, now you're getting into the makeup field.
Yes, I've always loved makeup. I've been wearing makeup since I was probably like 17. So that's something I've been passionate about. I've always been passionate about kids. That is my forte. I love working with kids. I strictly work with boys.
Uh-oh.
I love working with boys. But yeah, I grew up in being around mental health issues, parents, just in the environment. So I just wanted to make a difference in children's lives and working with families to make a difference in, just the world.
I love that. So was there something that you've done recently that you would say that you're proud of?
Definitely graduating, being the first girl and, child to graduate in her family. So I'm the first generation. So that's such a big accomplishment. And then getting baptized back in November to start my new journey, my healing journey, my spiritual journey. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
I love that. So what's one thing that you can share to inspire young people that would like to walk in your shoes or something similar?
Just keep going. No matter what obstacles come your way, just keep going because, not everyone gets to see another day. And just be blessed of just being here, being present and being loved, loving on everyone and being kind. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. So our next guest came all the way from Florida. Thank you so much for coming out here. I'm really excited. Her name is Nice, and she's going to share a little bit about her story. So tell us who you are and what story you're telling behind your brand, career, or creative passion.
So my name is Mies. I'm a Haitian content creator. I'm passionate about pride, authenticity, and I also sing as well. So yeah,
I'm not gonna ask you. I'm not even gonna ask.
We ain't gonna do it. But I grew up singing in church, and I just really love representing my culture. Yeah. I wasn't born there, but I just really love being Haitian.
Yeah, and you live in Florida. That's where all the Haitians at. So.
Exactly.
So was there a turning point or moment that made you realize that this was your path to take?
Yes. So when I first created TikTok, I wasn't that serious on it. I was just like, it's just TikTok just to scroll on. And then I started making Haitian content. And that's when I realized I will get DMs and everyone's like, oh, I feel seen. I can relate. So I just decided every day to just start posting about Haitian content creators, about how we can relate to church and everything else. So
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So would you say there's something that you've recently done that you're really proud of?
Yeah, stepping out of my comfort zone, definitely.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
So growing up singing, it was never anything. I was never shy. But now as I'm getting older, I'm like, I don't know if I want to sing, but I actually stepped out of the comfort zone to actually take music seriously. So I've been speaking to producers and want to actually work.
Now, this is in the gospel field or just
it can be both gospel and R&B, general. Yeah.
So if there's one thing that you would share to those that need encouragement, what would you share?
I would say really just pray to God, first of all. Pray to God. Go with your gut. And don't let anyone tell you no. A no is it's not gonna do it. A no is just a no. That's just a delay doesn't mean denied. So just keep going and you will get through it.
I love that. And lastly, where could we find you?
My Instagram is sa.mise_. And then my TikTok is LOVINMISE, Love and Me.
I love that. Make sure you stay connected with her. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
So our next guest, I'm actually really excited about. She is already a star. So I feel like I'm having the privilege of interviewing a star, a celebrity. All right, it's an honor to be sitting here right now.
Because I love you. You're my everything. You're
everything. I'm your everything.
You're just everything. She's just the bee's knees, guys. Head to toe, just stylish. A beautiful essence for the culture. Guys, do you know who this is? Stop.
Do y'all know who this is? This is Daphne Diana. So I am so excited to have you here. Can you share who you are and what story are you telling behind your brand, your career, or your creative passion?
I'm Daphne Diana. I'm one of three, of a Haitian household. I'm the last girl, the only girl. So we all know how growing up was.
That's me.
My brand is just a Haitian girl just trying to navigate her way through the R&B lifestyle and just really put her whole self into music and show the world like what she's gone through and how she's coping with it and how she's going through this world in the best way that she can,
I love that. That's all. Are you keeping it short?
Yeah, I am. I was keeping it short. I was trying to keep it short and cute.
We're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna keep it cute for this. All right. That's cool. I'll do that with you. So was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize that this was your path to take?
There was so many different moments in my life that I was like, I know entertainment for a fact was definitely going to be my career path because growing up in a Haitian household, it was either you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be an engineer, a lawyer, nurse. Women panasa. I love, helping people, but I knew I was here to bring joy into people's life. And for me, in those other avenues, I felt there was a lot of negative energy there. And I was like, I want to be happy for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to struggle. So I knew my godfather, he introduced me into being in musicals and plays. He was a playwright. God rest his beautiful soul. He introduced me to what Broadway was like. And I was like, this is completely different from what my mother was telling me. Because I got to see people really all different shapes and sizes just go on stage and be somebody completely different and draw you into a story. So I knew that was definitely the avenue I was going to take. So I, in school, grew up doing musicals in school, doing straight plays. And then I started really I'm really into this singing life because to sing with your full voice every night, it was just something so fulfilling for me. And I went to school at the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York City.
Really about this life.
Girl, I was about it. And I went in there for musical. Yes. And I went there for musical theater. And my first semester, I got into a car accident where I broke my leg and I couldn't finish my first semester. And it was so detrimental. I was in a state like, damn, is this really the avenue that is going to take me to? Am I going to have to stop doing what I love so much and be the doctor and the nurse that my mom would want? And I was like, this is not it. And I had this one friend who, for some reason, she just kept trying to push me into doing the other avenue. And I was like, girl, you're really not my friend, because if you're really going to tell me to go that way and I want to go here, then I'm going to have to let you go and go follow my dreams. And I'm going to see you on the other side. So I was like, you know what? Let me get myself back together. Got healed. I went to PT and I went back to my school, and I was like, I'm going to finish what I started and I'm going to finish on a high note. And I did. And I was so happy that I finished, graduated with a new class and everything, but I got a whole new set of resources at my hands. I had whole new different connections all around the world because I met so many different people and so many different artists and creatives and actors and directors and playwrights. It was just so beautiful to be in that space. So going to that school, I knew this was the avenue I was going to go to. But then after AMDA, I was like, damn, to be in a musical theater life is so hard because it's so pressuring and it's so taxing to your spirit, because they will bring you down and then try to build you up in their own little way. And then you lose yourself in that. And I was like, I don't want to lose myself in this. So I'm going to get my music business degree, figure out what that is, and really take singing and performing in my own way and being my own self as passionately as I can. So that's how I got here, guys.
I love that. And I love how you took us to the journey of the turning point that made you realize that. I'm so glad to see that you're healed and that you're doing what you're doing and you're blossoming and doing that. And with that being said, was there something that you've accomplished recently that you're proud of that may have not been seen or that the world knows about?
I think everything that I've put out into the world with my music, I think I'm the most proud of every single thing that I've touched, because I put a lot of time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears, a whole lot of my money. Girl, it is not glamorous, guys. To fund our dreams, and our 9-to-5 is funding this career, the dream that we really want. It's not easy. So everything that I put out, I'm like, this is the most vulnerable pieces of me, and I'm going to share it with the world. And I can't wait to see how the world accepts it. I did my first EP in 2020, 23, I dropped Destination Deanna, and it had such beautiful music. I got to put a whole bunch of my friends from AMDA on it, which was a lot of fun to work with the people that I went to school with that know that this is our passion and we want to do that. So I was really proud of that project. I had a song on there that was called OD. That song just brings chills down your spine, guys. It was such, and it's like such a beautiful dark song because it brings you to a different area of where, you know, you're so vulnerable, you're so in love with somebody that you're just gonna overdose on the love that they give you, even though you know it's so detrimental to you and you don't want to live that life. So that song was so beautiful that I wrote, and I was like, I can't wait to do the video. And then I did the music video, and the video was everything that I chef's kiss, darling. I was so happy how it came out.
A new song coming out, right?
Girl, yes. I'm working towards like my next EP that I'm gonna drop soon. It's called Sweet Mistake. I'm very excited for that one because it's all me. I don't have no features on it. I just want to focus in on my voice and have you guys on another journey with me. So I just dropped the newest single, Nobody. It shows you a little bit more of my culture and me being a proud Haitian woman. I was so excited to work with Billy Bills from Cash, and to work with him, I was like, oh, this is just a sweet moment right here. Like, we're gonna keep working together and be beacons of light in our community. So like to do a Haitian interpretation of an R&B song was just so much fun to do, and I hope you guys enjoy it because it's really a club favorite. You know, it's a good time.
I love that. And as you're speaking this, I could just see literally like the passion like oozing out of you. And this is how I know like this is really like this is for you. And I'm just so glad to just see you like growing in your craft. And I know that you're just going to continue elevating. And yeah, like where can we find you?
You guys can find me everywhere. I'm on all streaming platforms, all of them. I made sure I was going to be on all streaming platforms for you guys. I'm on all social media. It's going to be Daphne Deanna. You're going to find me on Instagram, Daphne_Deanna. That's DAPHNEE_DEANAA. That's your girl. Come on, guys.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me. I love you so much.
Girl, you just own this. I love that.
You know, I just try to just dive into the character.
Dive in. You know, you're creative. I'm so happy that I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that you came here and that you trusted us with your story. Oh, you're recording that?
You're here. Let's chit chat. What do you mean? Let me see your little How are you? Of course. Thank you. Thank you for doing this and like sharing your light and your space with everybody else because you are doing a fantastic job, and I see you and like I love everything that you do, and especially to bring light into our community. Like, girl, if you don't hear it enough, you are doing a fantastic job. Keep going. And I love it. I can't wait to continue to be a part of our journeys.
Thank you. Yes, likewise.
Love you.
All right, so our next guest is Fabienne. And Fabienne, please tell us a little bit more of who you are and what story you're going to tell us with either your brand, your creative passion, or your career.
Right, so I am a graphic and web designer. I'm also a mommy and wife, 3 kids.
Okay.
So I started graphic design way when I was in, I want to say 7th grade. Introduced, I don't know if you guys remember PowerPoint and all of that stuff. Like that was my early years. And as I journeyed into college and everything, I realized that I have a really good way of turning design into messages. And so that's why I love to work with business owners to create a brand that supports their business, whatever they're selling, but also it communicates with their audience, with their clients in a beautiful way. Design is something that, you know, we use as communication, but a lot of people don't know you can put a powerful message behind it. So I do a lot of work with consulting, and I also design websites, logos, media kit, whatever kind of digital things you need to represent your brand online.
I love that. So when you think of all that you do, was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize that this is your passion, like your path to take?
I think just over the years, so I've been designing, I want to say almost over 15 years. And I realized as I go on, clients really love how I simplify the concept of design and communication. And I realized that that's definitely what my passion is making people really feel supported with design and not overwhelmed, and realizing that it's there to support their business.
Yeah, I love that. So is there something that you've done recently that made you proud? Whether it was seen or not seen?
Yeah, you know, I helped a woman that works, you know, I'm Haitian, so I have a lot of love for my Haitian community. And there's a woman who has a nonprofit in Haiti. And she really wanted to get it off the ground, and she just felt stuck when it came to logos and stuff. And I honestly helped her realize, like, just start with something. Design does not have to be overwhelming. It's support. I was like, you know, you don't have to reach out and just book a top design and all that stuff. And I was able to coach her through doing her own designs. And when she realized that, she was like, wow, it really isn't about like how beautiful the logo is in the beginning or not. It's just about understanding what it is you want your client to see about your business. So that really made me happy, because that's the passion. It's for business owners feel terrible
and actually see the impact that you're creating. So if there's like one thing that you can share to someone that is feeling discouraged about, or just in a creative, like, you know, block, what's something that you can share that could inspire them or encourage them in their journey?
I would say really tap into what it is that comes to you so easy, and be at service. Don't be afraid to be at service for people, because that's what we're all here for. We weren't sent here to just sit at desks and work. You know, we all have gifts. Use that gift, translate it into a way to service someone, and have fun.
I love that. And have fun. That's the biggest thing, is that have fun while doing it. Well, thank you so much. And where can we find you?
So I'm on Instagram mainly, and on TikTok, but Instagram is probably the biggest platform you'll find me, at _Fab Designs. And I also have a website, www.thefabdesigns.com.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for being here today.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you so much. So today I'm really excited. It's my girl's birthday today. All right. And she came to show love to this event. So her name is Yasmin. I know about her, but I would love for you all to know about her. We actually featured her on one of our episodes. So Yasmin, tell us who you are and what story are you telling behind your brand, your career, or your creative passion?
Hi, my name is Yasmin Jean, the CEO and founder of Zulette. And obviously today is my birthday. And as y'all know, my brand is about uplifting people and building confidence. I started my brand 5 years ago. I've been a stylist for 11 years. And all in all, it's just all about, you know, entrepreneurship, building yourself and changing lives and building your career.
I love that. I love that. So when you think about that, was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize like this was your path to take?
Yes, of course. I worked a lot of jobs. I didn't want to be bossed around. So I kind of figured out like, how am I going to step into faith? And I always knew that I wanted to be my own boss. So I think I wanted to start something that will create legacy and build business opportunities and build opportunities from people from all over the world, especially like immigrants today.
Yeah.
I think immigrants make 90% of the world. And, you know, I'm here to, you know, advance that and push those opportunities to the limit.
I love that. So is there something that you've recently done that you're really proud of that we may not know of?
Yes, of course. I work in HR. I've been working in HR for a year now. Obviously, I went into HR because I wanted to know more about HR, background checking, recruitment, and understanding operations and who is going to work in your company. And next thing you know, I landed a job in recruitment. And I thought I was just going to be recruiting random people. I started to recruit my own culture, which is the Haitian culture. And it's immigrants that are running away from Haiti, what I call them the refugees. I call them refugees. And I think it's touching, and it changed my life per se, because I never would have thought that I would be changing someone else's life. And I believe that, you know, these, as Haitian Americans, they need us. So for me, giving them a job opportunity is changing their life, and it's also changing my life. So making sure that they're good and their family's good and their family's Gucci. So that's what I've been working on for the past year that no one knows about. No one really asks me about unless I bring it up.
We're really proud of you for that. So if there's one thing that you can share to inspire our viewers, what would that be?
Rest. Focus on yourself. Focus on your self-development. Have a therapist. And always try your best to talk to God, because I know sometimes it's hard because I, sometimes trying to figure out, my relationship with God and where I stand. But what I'm doing in my life, I'm God. God is working in me to be God. So, yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Happy birthday again. I'm always proud of you. And she always do this. I don't know why. You never mention the brand.
Zulette the brand?
Zulette the brand. Where my glasses at? Where my shades?
Where's the shades?
I got like 4 pairs.
Where's the shades? She done lost all the shades, but she's spoiled. She's spoiled.
I love me some Zulette, man.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously my brand is Zulette. Is named after my mom. My mom has been working 40 years in this country, and my mom is my personal hero. And obviously it's a unisex brand, and I'm here to uplift the world and for us to go global. So
period. Global. Thank you so much. Our next guest I'm really excited about. She goes by Kim Ella. All right. So tell us who you are and what story are you telling with either your career, your brand, or your creative passion?
My name is Kimberly Ella, and I am the CEO of Jen Body. My story basically is just having everybody feel young, youthful, and just living life, loving the way you look, taking care of your skin, taking care of your body. Hence why the brand is called Jen Body.
I love that. So when you think about that, was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize like this is your path to take?
I think when I was going through my own skin issues, I was like, oh no. I was looking in the mirror. It was COVID. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, I don't like what I see. So why not change it? And that was that. And then I was just like, everybody wants to be young, youthful, right? Forever. So I'm like, why not Jen Body, Jen Skin? Like, why not?
Why not?
Into skincare. And then it led me into aesthetics. So
I love that. So is there something that you've done recently that you're proud of that we may not know of that you want to share?
This is exclusive. I like that for you. You're smart. It's exclusive. I am relaunching my skincare line.
Okay.
Very soon. So Jen Skin will be dropping very soon. And I'm super excited about that. The first launch, I got an overwhelming amount of support. Yeah. And so I'm just so excited to bring this back.
And where can we find you and your products? Where can we find your brands?
So you can find me at Jen Body on Instagram, but you can also find me in Franklin Square because that's where Jen Body is. And yeah, that's really, really good.
Monday to Friday, or do we got to book an appointment with you?
You got to book an appointment, baby. I have a booking link.
No walk-ins, y'all. No walk-ins.
Absolutely no walk-ins.
I got a life, okay?
Absolutely.
And the final question I want to ask, what would you share to encourage someone who is in like a creative block or just is feeling discouraged about their own journey?
I would say, stop waiting until you feel ready.
That's good.
You're never going to be ready. You're literally never going to be ready. You just need to do it because you're never going to be perfect in the beginning. You're never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's just a journey. And then you look back and you see how great you've gotten. And it's just so rewarding. I would also say a lot of people, they don't know their purpose. And if you're blessed enough to find your purpose, I think you would be doing yourself a disservice not to go full force and actually reach for the stars.
I love that. Thank you so much for stopping by here and sharing your story. And where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Jen Body, and you can also find me in Franklin Square, Phoenix Salon Suite.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for being here. Hugs. So for our next guest, she goes by Loyola. Loyola, can you tell us who you are and what story are you telling with your brand, career, or creative passion?
Yes, thank you. My name is Loyola Philogene. I'm a Haitian American entrepreneur. I'm also a dual career Black woman in tech, Black woman in STEM. Just a little bit about me. I don't know, my story is pretty interesting, but the main thing about me is I'm the founder of Paradis Cremas, and that's what I'm representing here today. We've been established since January 2018, and we're still going strong. And I'm very passionate about my brand because it bridges the gap between community, culture, and celebration. And that's pretty much it.
I love that. So is there a turning point or moment that made you realize this was your path to take?
Yes. So when I started my brand, it was in 2018 and I was actually still in college at the time. And when I got my first degree, it was in business. So I knew that I wanted to go the entrepreneur route, but I also wanted to know how to blend like a career as well. So in 2017, after a trip to Haiti, I learned it was like a family recipe. Like my mom's sister, she's, when people are getting married and their, weddings, the cakes and stuff like that. So she made the cremas, in front of me a couple times. And I was thinking like, you know what, this is a good business opportunity. So when I first started it, I didn't really have any intention behind it. It was just to make some cremas to sell and just make some money. And then through, getting my bachelor's in business, I learned about marketing and branding and everything like that. So that's when Paredes Cremas was born. And as far as like my turning point, like I said, when I first started, I was just doing it for fun. But then, being able to listen to many people about like, how, not necessarily just say how good my cremas is, but more so like how life-changing it is for them. For example, like, other cultures, right? Jamaicans, Africans, not just Haitians, but it's just something that I'm really passionate about. So as far as my turning point, just knowing that I'm able to bring people together. Yeah. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So is there something that happened recently that made you proud that we may not know of?
Yes. So just a little bit, just wanted to brag. Yeah. So I got my master's after, I want to say about 4 years.
Congratulations.
I finally completed a master's program and I'm really happy. I didn't really tell much people about it. I just went and did it because along the way, a lot of people were kind of discouraging me, like, you don't really need a master's. So I'm really happy about that. And immediately after I got my master's, I actually relocated to New York City. So now I'm actually from Houston, Texas, but I'm actually from Maryland. But I've been in Houston for the past couple of years, trying to figure things out. But now I really feel like I've been here since for the summer, and this is just a great opportunity for me. So I'm
feels like home here.
Yes, absolutely. Like just being here, networking, meeting people, being in the creative space, creative house. Am I saying it right? Creative house. Yeah. So yeah, I'm open to collaborating, just building my brand and also like building my tribe too, because I'm new here. So I think that's really important. But yeah.
I love that. So if there's one thing that you would share to someone who is feeling discouraged, what would that be? What would you say to inspire them or encourage them?
Honestly, I would say if you're trying, whatever it is that you're doing, as long as you believe in yourself and you see the vision, nothing else matters. And the reason why I say that is because along my journey, I've never been the type to really tell people what I have going on anyway, but just do what you have to do. Don't announce things prematurely, but if you encourage yourself, because sometimes you could have the vision and some people could not have it, but just don't give up. I know that sounds kind of like cliche. But yeah, it's true. Just if you believe in yourself, it's funny because it sounds cliche, but really like you have to, like no one else is going to come, build it up for you. You have to build it yourself. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, for telling your story. And where can we find you and your cremas?
Yes, so we are local in Brooklyn now. So we do have a website, www.paredescremas.com. We're also on Instagram at Paredes_cremas. And we actually will be relaunching our shipping. So we're local to, the tri-state areas, really anywhere in the U.S. really. But we do have local pickup here in Brooklyn. And we do have some pop-ups coming up pretty soon this summer. So if you follow our Instagram, and stay tuned so you can catch us at the next event.
Love that. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, everyone. So the next guest I have is Amanda Finesse. All right. So, hey, Amanda, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about who you are and what story are you telling through your brands, career, or creative passion?
Well, as you said, my name is Amanda Finesse. I'm a New York City-based fashion influencer, content creator.
Can we take a look at her outfit as well?
I mean, thank you. An event curator. Basically, through my platform, I try to encourage people to be their most authentic selves. Whatever that means to you, just do you. Don't care about what anybody else thinks. And also, I try to uplift independent and small brands because as an influencer, that's what we're here to do. And if you're not using your platform to uplift, the people that really need it, then like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So with that in mind, is there like a moment or a time that made you realize like this was your moment, this was your path to take?
Yeah, I would say that, so I'm not originally from New York. I'm from Maryland, and I always wanted to come up to New York and live here, but I was sheltered. I didn't know if I could do it. And I would come up for Fashion Week, and when I finally moved up here, I had like one of my first viral moments for one of my outfits that I wore at Fashion Week. And then I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I am supposed to be doing. Just coming from like a small town, like little shy suburbs girl, and then being in the city and just meeting everyone, like that was a pivotal moment for me.
I love that. So you basically came into New York and it just felt like home immediately when you just touched.
Exactly. Like I never wanted to go home. Whenever I would visit, I would connect with so many people here. I just felt like I found my community.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
So what's something you've done recently that made you proud that we may not know of?
So I did say that I'm an event curator, but I used to just do like little small intimate things. And this year, beginning of the year, I felt really led to step out and do more. I would always have people asking me to curate more events and all that. And I was just like, who would come? Like, that's a lot of work. I don't know. And then I just challenged myself this year, every month, I'm going to do something, whether it's a little gathering once a month or almost once a month. I think I skipped like maybe 2 months. But just this past Wednesday, I hosted my biggest event ever. And it was so scary, but it was a lot of people showed up, and I just kept on looking at them like, people are here, people came. Yeah, and it was really, really awesome. And so I was just proud of myself for pushing through for that, because I mean, as you know, we're here at an event. You know how the event
I know it wasn't
planning spaces. No, yeah, a lot of breaking down, a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-doubt, just to push through and get there and then see that people liked it made me really proud.
I'm so proud to hear that your event was successful. That's beautiful. So if there's one thing that you can share to someone that is in like a creative block and needs some encouragement, what would you share?
Life is all about ups and downs. But the thing that I try to tell myself is like, you can never stay in the down or like at a decline too long. Just because like that also affects your creativity. Like, process it, but don't stay there. Like, whatever it is that makes you happy or gives you that little spark, do more of that. And it doesn't even have to be anything creative. Whether it's like, I like walking through the park and just looking at the trees, and that's something that makes you happy. Do more of that. Do more of those little things. And then that's how you be happier as a person, and then you reignite your little creative spark through that.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. So where can we find you? Where can we find more of your events?
Yes. So
outfits.
Yes. So you can follow me on Instagram at Amanda Finesse. For my events, it's thestylescene.nyc on Instagram. I also post on Threads, TikTok as well. TikTok is Amanda Finesse _. But yeah.
I love that. I'm in the finesse. Why finesse? Are you finessing?
Everybody, girl. I'm finessing everybody. The name Finesse actually came in college. I had pledged a sorority, and that was the name that they gave me. And it was sort of, that in itself was a pivotal moment, because I was super sheltered and like kind of shy. And when I pledged, and then it's like a complete transformation. Finesse literally was born, and I came out to be this personality and to be confident as I am today. So that's why I go by Amanda Finesse.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And everyone follow. And thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm here with my girl, Melinda. All right. From Glam Touch. So Melinda, tell us who you are and what story are you telling with your brand, career, or creative passion?
Well, yes. My name is Melinda Lewis. I've been in business for about like 10 years. I focus on just making people feel good, making them feel beautiful, boosting their confidence. That's really my main goal when it comes to this. I love it. God has given me this gift to make a difference in other people's lives. So I just love it. I live for it. My business it's well-rounded with different products, shea butter-based soaps, We have also the whipped butters as well. I ship out all over. I also do customized wigs and hair extensions as well. I'm based in Philly and in Atlanta. So yeah, Glam Touch has been keeping me busy for quite some years now, and I absolutely
And
love
that's a
it.
good blessing to have.
Yeah.
So was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize like this was your path to take?
Yes. When I graduated high school, I went into college. I went in for nursing, of course, because my parents was like, you need to do nursing. Typical Haitian stuff, but you know. I did my first semester and was like, I don't think I'm feeling this. I loved it, but it wasn't my passion.
Right.
So right after that, I went to cosmetology school, finished within 9 months, and then started kicking off with my career. I was a manager at a hair salon on Rising Sun. That's located in Philadelphia. And then from there, been just going up.
Yeah. So was there something that you've done recently that you're really proud of that no one knows? This was her first sending experience, y'all. And from what I heard, it was really a success for her.
Yes,
I'm really
it was. I'm honored. It's a pleasure to be here. I met so many different people. I'm so grateful for you as well to host such a beautiful event. And I can't wait to come back next year. If this is a yearly thing, I'm here every year.
I love that. I'm so glad that you had a good experience and that, you sold some bundles, some shea butters. I love that.
Yes.
So if there's a person that is out there that may be discouraged in their own creative journey, what is something that you would share to them to encourage them?
I always tell everybody to just keep God first. No matter what, make sure that you always reach out. If you're going through something, find somebody to be a safe place for you. Don't stay silent. Just stay positive, keep going, and just encourage yourself. Speak life into yourself. That's what I would tell people.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your story, for sharing your product, for sharing more of you with us. I love it. And where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at glamtouch. I think it's an underscore. Yeah, glamtouch._. You can follow me on TikTok at glamtouch.co. And yeah, I'm here.
Thank you so much for being here. All right, so our next guest is Yvonne, and I'm really excited for her to be here. So tell us who you are and what story are you sharing with your brand, career, or creative passion?
Great. My name is Yvonne, and I would like to share my career because my brand is still in the making. And one thing about my career is that it was never my first choice when I was younger, when I was more like a teenager or a young adult. But along the way, during the process of volunteering, I discovered that I wanted to teach. And it is something that I fell in love with, and I really enjoy every moment of actually the work I do. Are there challenges? Absolutely. That's the thing about teaching. It's unpredictable. The kids are unpredictable, but there are great days in the sense that you are guiding young minds to become better version of themselves. And also in the process, you have this fulfilling life about yourself and know that you're on a mission to actually make some tiny little changes in the world. So,
yeah, I love that. So with that in mind, was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize like this was your path to take?
Absolutely. My first year was quite the adventure, and my students gave me a run for my money that I will never forget. But it actually made me who I am today because I was willing to stick it out and make it work. And the turning point was when I finally saw a scholar who struggled a lot academically. Yeah. She came out of her shell and became the valedictorian for her class.
Oh, beautiful.
So that was a parent I was beyond amazed and proud of her.
I love that. I was a third grade teacher myself. And so just to witness like the impact that you're making in a student's life, it's like life changing. So I definitely know like how that feels. So what's something you've done recently that made you proud that we may not know of?
Honestly, when it comes to one thing that makes me so proud is that I discovered, especially during the time of COVID, that one thing I enjoyed during my leisure time was arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Creating something out of nothing, especially used products, recycling. So as part of the summer project that we had to do in school or a summer academy, I decided to go into, to venture into recycling with my scholars and discovered so many things we created. We created fashion out of recycling. We created all kinds of arts and decor out of recycling, games that we can't even create without, because a lot of times I notice scholars or students or young adults are too focused on technology. So I said, why don't you create games that will help you enjoy the time together with each other than stay fixated on technology. So it's been and we haven't finalized it yet, but so far it's coming out great. So
I love that. I love that. So where could we find you? Where could we email you?
You know, I've had a few friends ask me that question because I am not so crazy about social media, but I see the benefits of social media and what it actually does and how it helps to advertise what you need to do. For now, it's just the email I have, which is yvy2155@gmail.com, or which is also connected to my Instagram, the yvy2155. And it's connected to my Instagram. So that is one way to actually find me.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for being here. And I really appreciate you and telling your story. Thank you. All right, so I'm really excited for our next guest. We have Carl and Al. So tell us who you are and what story you're sharing with your brand, career, or creative passion.
Well, my name is Carl Maxino, and this is my partner in crime, Al. Our brand is Nature's Touch Organic, and our brand is based around all 100% organic hygiene care products. And it started from a journey of each one of ourselves going through something personal in our lives that triggered a change, internal and both external. And now here we are in the midst of us looking for better products to use. And this guy come up with an idea, we can turn this into a business now. Here we are today.
How you guys doing? My name is Al, half of Nature's Touch Organic. Again, like Carl said, this brand started from our own personal journeys, dealing with just physical, mental, and stuff. We just wanted to change, get things organic. What we put, we became conscious in terms of what we put inside our body. Once you start eating good, then you start thinking about what you're putting outside of your body, on your skin. So we started Nature's Touch, just trying to eliminate all chemicals from the products that we use. And it's been a journey so far. This started in 2020. And we've been dealing just slowly but surely building the brand up. And here we are today, man. By the grace of God, we're here. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Today we had a great event, and I'm hoping for many more, man. I'm loving it.
I love that. So with that in mind, was there like a moment or turning point that made you realize like this was your path to take?
Yeah, one day this dude, I started making this stuff inside of my bathroom for myself to use, right? And around the same time when he was looking for a deodorant to use, and he couldn't find anything from any stores that was like any organic or natural. So conversely, one day I mentioned, I make my own deodorant. So he was like, let me try it. And I let him try it. I think it was a month after that, he came to me and said, what you give me worked, and it's done. Now I need more of it. I made some more. I gave him another little batch of it. I think a month after that, again, he walked into my job with the little jar and said, bro, I've been looking everywhere for a deodorant that actually works, and you got something that works. We can actually turn it into a business. Within 2 to 3 weeks, we started testing, and then my own formulas that I was doing in my own bathroom are now becoming okay. Now we got to think about structure, how to package this, labeling, and everything else, challenges that come with it. So yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add, but yeah.
I mean, not adding to what he just said, everything is 100% right. One of the things that we were kind of like focusing on, we didn't want to bring like a product. We didn't want a product for people to say, it's Black owned, we're going to support it. No, we actually wanted something that actually worked. So we always tell them, our thing internally with us is we say our people is going to find us. Because once you start making that change, you're going to look for something better. And our goal was making a product that actually worked. So that's one of the things we focus on with Nature's Touch. So anything you get It's tested thoroughly. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars is going down the drain in investments, but we know we're working towards a goal, and we know we're in the right side of history, because a lot of people are waking up, and a lot of people are now becoming more conscious in terms of what they're putting on their body and what they're eating. And we just want to be on the right side of history. If you want to make that change, come to Nature's Touch, man. Start thinking about what you're putting on and in your body, man.
I love that. I love that. So what's something you've done recently that you've been proud of that maybe a lot of us don't know about?
I mean, one of the things, like when you go into a journey like this, like he could tell you, one of the nights we're in a lab, we call it the lab, but it's our factory where we produce everything. We're leaving like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's us. We're just duking it out, trying to do everything. And he calls me, he's like, you don't believe what happened. He's got a flat tire. Both of his tires got popped. And I'm like, man, this is a sign, man. Something's calling us to continue. So what we do is we bounce off each other. When you feel like giving up, just truck through it, man. Push through it. Our saying within the company is what stands in the way becomes the way. So there's no right to left. We're going to bulldoze right through it and just get everything done. So that's what giving us the courage and making us proud in terms of what we're doing, man. That's something that we both like, is like, we're not going to stop, because I know there's a lot of dark forces out there trying to, make you stop. But once you know you have a goal and you stick to it, just keep chipping away at it.
I love that. So where could we find you? Where can we find Nature's Touch?
Actually, we have our website up right now, also our Instagram. Our website is NTO hygienic-products.com.
So NTOorganicproducts.com.
Hygienic. Bravo.
Got it.
So, and also that is our Instagram with our the website link to it.
Yeah.
We take orders all day and we ship the very next day. So
very next day shipping.
Next day shipping, we're only up the street. So, place your order the next day, we're shipping it out to you.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, for vending with us, and for being here and sharing more about Nature's Touch. All right. And please be sure to check their website, check their Instagram. Thank you again, Carl and Al.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
All right, so for our next guest, I'm really excited. I'm here with TGK, aka the Gouyard Kings, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hey guys, I'm Izzy.
I'm Zazu, Flair Casanova.
I love it. So tell us who you are and what story are you telling with your brand, career, or creative passion?
We're just a couple of Haitian guys trying to entertain people by spreading our culture and our dances to we're just being ourselves, expressing ourselves in the best way possible. And yeah, that's what we try to do.
I love that.
Said it all. You said it all.
Okay, so with that in mind, was there like a turning point or moment that made you feel like this is the path that you're supposed to take?
I'll take that, girl. To be honest, well, I've always been kind of on the outside,
You always been outside or on the outside?
Outside, more outgoing, dealing with people, and also very supportive of the Haitian community, obviously I didn't grow up around it, but COVID, that was a turning point. It's kind of doing the same thing you're doing already, but make money out of it. So COVID was a turning point where we turned what we do into a business. So
yeah.
And so far it's been good. Yeah.
I love that.
He got it.
Okay.
Just what I was thinking.
All right. So what's something that you've done recently that made you proud, whether we've seen it or know it or not?
I mean, I want to say something that we're planning, we keep planning for future stuff.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we have the best possible things for you guys, so we don't just rush into any and everything.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we're inviting the right events, the right venues. So be a little more patient. We'll give you guys something to be proud of. We do have a pool party coming out.
I'm not going to pronounce it.
Gouyard Not Low.
Don't like the way I pronounce it.
Gouyard Not Low.
Gouyard.
No. Glow. Say it.
Glow.
Darlyncia dit glow, mais ça.
Yeah, just said glow. It's okay though. We'll take it. Yeah, for sure.
Guyad in the woods.
It said, look out for August 31st. Guyad in the glow. On that lot.
2025. I love that. So my last question to you all is, planning events or just doing something that you feel called to do is not easy. So what would you share to someone who's feeling discouraged and, needs some guidance?
I mean, we're blessed enough to do it. I have my brothers, my friends to do it with.
Yeah.
So I could say I'm blessed to do it with them. And honestly, I don't really want to do it with anybody else. That's why we don't really work. We just, anybody. We work with people we trust, people we like, people that have the same visual ideas that we have. So just make sure you have a good team around you. And just make sure you have the proper people around you that could help motivate you, help you accomplish whatever you want to accomplish.
That's good because
you stuck on the us. They say somebody that wants to do it. You know what they should do.
I'm all about team, man. That's what it is.
It is, yeah. Team effort always a good thing.
I'm a behind the scenes person, so you don't really see me like that. That's why you see this guy. He's the star of the show. He's the art. He's
famous. He's the famous. I'm honored to be saying what about you.
Don't do that. But honestly, anybody that's trying to do this, I think commitment is a thing because, nothing comes easy. You may think you got it and everything, but growing a business, doing what you want to do for you, it's a learning process always. You may think you have this right here, and then tomorrow it's like, you have to be able to take critics too. Take critics, learn about yourself, grow with yourself. And then just leave it to God, to be honest.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm glad that we were able to share and learn more about you two. I feel like we see the Guyad Kings on Instagram, but we don't really know the story. So I'm glad that we were able to just learn more about, the team.
I'm shy, that's why. I'm just shy.
love it.
If you see me, just say hi. I don't bite. Trust me, I'm a very nice person, okay?
All right. You hear
guys,
what he says.
Again,
say Onella.
Before I go, I want to say a special shout out to Darlyncia. This is a great platform she's doing, guys. Tasha, I want to salute you. Si c'est Tasha love me, c'est Darlyncia. I don't know. This is
I got a few.
Is that you, right? So anyway,
many passions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So just to say, give you a little love and give you a shout out on the platform you're giving everybody to do this stuff here. So we appreciate it. Our generation, we're trying to do that, to push to collab with more and more people. So I appreciate it, and I'm a fan. So we just want to represent the Guyad Kings to say we're very welcome to be here. Right? I don't know if that's even the right word to say. I don't know. Nukota. Okay. Grateful. Get. Oh, glad. Oh, let's see. Please cut it out.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Don't make me cry, but thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, guys. Peace.
Peace out. Hi, everyone. So I'm excited for our next guest, which is Mylia. So thank you for being here today and for venting with us.
Thank you for having me. This is a great opportunity.
I love that for you. So tell us who you are and what story are you telling through your brand, career, or creative passion?
Sure. So my name is Mylia. The story I'm telling through my brand is just get up and do it.
Get up and do it.
Story. Honestly, I had to do this. I was put in a position to just make it happen. Go ahead and do it. I believe that kind of goes into your next question. I don't want to answer it too much because I would love to be asked the question to answer it. Yeah. But that's what I would like to represent. Just get up and do it. Put yourself out there. Go ahead and get what you say you want.
Yeah.
Because it's not just going to come to you. You have to make it happen or put yourself in the positions for the opportunities to come, the doors to open. So that's what I love to represent.
I love that. And with that being said, was there a moment or a time that made you realize this is the path that you're supposed to walk?
Yes. First of all, just growing up, I always had this entrepreneurial spirit, and it was almost just bred in me, honestly. I mean, I come from a line of people who had their own businesses. Shout out to my grandfather. His business literally built part of the whole Jamaica Queens. Roy Wilkins Park, the air train, that was my grandfather. So it's a bunch of history, and my last name, Griffin. And it's the least I can do. You know what I'm saying? So getting to this point of trying different businesses and failing and learning and just getting to this point today. First of all, I got laid off not too long ago. So that put me in a position to go make it happen. Make sure that this was something that worked, you know, and just go ahead and make it work for me because it's what I want. So I'm just here to do that, really.
I love that for you. So was there something that you've done recently that made you proud, or whether it was seen or not seen?
I would say sending out hundreds of messages to vendors and different events to be in positions like this, to meet people like you and Mimi, and just get myself out there. It's not an easy track. I don't know if people have experienced searching for vending events before, but a lot of people are not just posting vending events. Even if they are,
opportunities,
right?
Yeah.
Even if they are, sometimes they're not answering.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's not as successful, or sometimes it's a scam. It's a lot of things going on in that, behind that scene of it, looking for the events. So it's something that you really have to put time into. You have to put the shyness aside. You have to just jump there and do it if you want to be seen. So I'm proud of myself for staying up late, looking for the events, going on Facebook, reaching out to other people, having connections, just bringing it up to people and seeing what they have to share with me. Like, oh, I know so-and-so, she's having an event, or XYZ. I even shared this event with my sister.
Yeah.
That's my sister there, God's daughter.
That was your sister?
That's my blood sister.
That's why you wanted to be next to her.
That's my blood sister.
What's the connection? Oh my God.
We have the same last name, Griffin. That's my blood sister. So in situations like that, just having the conversations, and you never know who you can share with someone. So I was happy to share this with her and her friend, and I hope someone can do the same for me at some point. So
I love that. So if for someone that might be struggling or discouraged, what is one thing that you would share with them to kind of encourage them on their walk?
Okay. Struggling or discouraged. I think this is crazy to say. However, I think it's an important lesson for a lot of entrepreneurs to understand, especially starting out. Do not expect support. Don't expect support, especially from the people who are closest to you, your household, your close family, the outreach people that you grew up with. Do not expect support. That's not to say that they're not going to support you. That's not to say do not be grateful for their support. However, when you have the expectation that these people are going to be the ones that help me build my business brick by brick, that is a dangerous position to put yourself in, because 9 times out of 10, it does not happen. And it's not at no fault of anyone else. It's not any malice in their heart or anything. It's just the way that the world works. I'm telling you, ask any entrepreneur, they will tell you their first time starting out, it was the people that was closest to them that was, strangers helped them get it up off the ground. And like I said, just put the expectation to the side. If it happens great. That's beautiful. It's part of your story. It's more. If it doesn't, use it as motivation. It's motivation if they're not doing what you would like for them to do. Also, get it out your head that they're supposed to do something, because that's not true. It's many people in this world that are willing to support people, and we got to give them that opportunity. Put yourself out there.
I love that. Thank you so much. And where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram, Glimmer without an E, GLIMMR.glow, GLOW, glimmer.glow.
I love that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for vending with us, for sharing it with your sister, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yes, thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So for our next guest, I'm really excited. We have Darlyncia and MiMi from God's Daughters. So share with me who you are and what story you are telling with your brand, career, or creative story.
Yes, who we are. I'm MiMi.
I'm Darlyncia.
And we do God Daughters. We're a business and a ministry where we focus on helping women walk into their promised land to become the version that God called them to be.
What we do is make sure women is bold and courageous and know who they are in God, and just empower them to be who they are.
Yeah, I love that. So was there like a turning point or moment that made you realize like this was your call to make and your path to walk?
That's a good question. I'll let you go first.
I mean, the funniest thing when I first started a business, I just knew it as a business. And then the Lord pivoted me and told me it was a ministry about last year.
Right.
And I started in late 2022. And he told me there was women that needed to be reached and they needed to be bold. They needed to understand their assignments and know who they are, authenticity.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add. You know, we just knew that this was what we were supposed to do because God called us to. And really, when you hear the call, you just have to be obedient because there's women that are crying out that want to, you know, become their best self. They just don't know how to, you know, and sometimes we do teachings and educate women on just how to become the version that God called them to be.
I love that. So was there something that you've done recently that made you really proud that wasn't seen or shared?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll go first on this one. Our last event, it kind of got very hectic at the very last minute. It got very hectic at the last minute, but God used it all. We just saw how well we worked together as a dynamic team. We saw like if one hand washes the other, quite literally. And like I'm running to get tables, she's setting up. We're like waiting for the person to inspect our station and stuff like that. But it was just really fun just to see, like, you know, even in the midst of the chaos, like God always makes a way.
Literally the last event, I think that was most of it. And even like barbecues, sometimes we would do that for all women to come and network together. And just how we partner up and just creating a place for women to come. And it's like we meet people where we're at and we don't even know what to say, how to do, or even how like it would even affect any woman. And some women is just, they would tell you they just need a hug. We went to Target and there was a woman that just needed a hug. She was just crying out and she just had anxiety and, you know, that's what she wanted. A prayer and a hug. That's it. Yeah.
Literally. It's just so wonderful just to be able to be the hands and feet of Jesus, really, because there's been many times where we have events and we are like, let's see who we can invite like the last minute, right? And like going into Targets, like she said, and meeting women that, you know, are really hurting and had, like she said, like I remember the woman she's talking about that had just severe anxiety, and we started praying for her and she just started to cry. Like, this is the middle of Target. You don't think people gonna get saved in Target.
You never know.
But you never know. And, you know, just being able to just evangelize and spread the gospel, being able to help more women, because it's not really about a business. It's not really about a ministry. It's about reflecting the light of God, the light of Jesus, and just being a reflection to glorify him.
Yeah.
And so in everything we do with excellence, we just do it. And authenticity never looked better.
I love that. And so where could we find you too?
Yes, we have a lot of platforms. Everything is at Goddaughters with 2 S's. We also have a website, www.goddaughters.com, where we have many things. We have a lot of sweet treats on the website, where we post events on the website, blogs. You have everything that you need just to help you to become the best version of you. You have anything else to add?
Definitely, like she said, every platform, TikTok, Instagram, all of them, we're there. And also on our website, you can see where we put up like for events, women events, and so forth. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much for vending, for being here, and for sharing your story. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
And the impact that you two are making.
Yes, thank you. Yes. I love y'all. Toodles. Peace.
So I'm here with my girl Mimi, who I'm doing this event with, my co-host.
Hello, everyone.
And we just wrapped up our event, Creators House. Mimi, tell me, like, what was your vision for our event? How do you think our event went?
I think it went well. You know, we've been stressing. But, you know, it's the inaugural event. It's the first one. But for the first one, I think we did really, really well. And it just takes the one to kind of branch out. And we got our goal as far as branching out a little bit past our community. Yeah. So that's good. And so hopefully, you know, the next one just brings more and more people. I heard a lot of, I came with my friend. And so that's what It's all about community. We want people to connect. And I think that's what people were doing. It was nice to see everyone chatting it up with each other and supporting the vendors. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, actually to piggyback off of her, I heard a lot of people saying, I know you guys are trying to do this next year. We need this again this year. So I'm like, I gotta talk to my partners. So we need to take a deep breath first. No, they're like, they want this. I didn't even tell you yet, but they're like, they want this.
I'm thinking next year. I'm thinking like spring. Because that's only a few months away, believe
Yeah, they want this now. Okay. So we're really excited because this is not the end. It's not that we just had this event, it's the end. Is that we also are going to be having like our recap, the photos, and the episodes that we're really excited about. So I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful that our vendors had a fruitful experience. I feel like just everything was just so great. Like Melissa B Studio, she
literally killed the picture,
photos, and the backdrop with some guidance. What would they be doing like this? We had a lot of close friends come by, and I'm just really grateful, you know. And the biggest thing that I'm really, really, really grateful about is the two people that came from out of state, and I mean out of state. We had one vendor that came from Ohio, and then we had a second.
Like she flew
just for this event, just the event for this event. And we had an attendee that came from Florida.
Wait, what? I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
Wait, who's from Florida?
With the all brown. She came from Florida. Her and her brother came up from Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so just for this event. And I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the whole point. But if anything, that makes me feel a little bit less stressed now. Like, oh, okay. You know, we did that. We did that. So stay tuned for our next collaboration, Creatives House Part 2. The annual, all right? Yeah. And follow us on our pages. Style by Me.
Black Girl Style.
Everything in my bio. I got some pages.
I got mad pages.
I do.
Tasha TASHAA_lovely. Creative Spotlight Unplugged. Dance of Dar. Follow God as well.
Amen.
Never forget that. And y'all,
my boutique, go to me. Coming up with new stuff soon. But yeah, everything in my bio, as always.
And Mimi, I think it's finally a wrap.
We should have the little thing.
Thank you. Shout out to SB2 Vision.
Yes.
Shout out to Melissa B Studios. Shout out to Crisco's Corner. Food with the food. Yes.
Drinks.
And all of our vendors.
Yes.
And our
will all be tagged. Make sure you go support them. Okay, bye.
Bye.